Well, we're back here again, and the hole is looking alright. I didn't close yesterday's video off because I was knackered, but we're getting there. We have a nice little spanner in the works today, and that I can't take the soil to where I've been taking it because they are now full. So we've got to find somewhere else to get rid of all this soil. So at the moment, the thing that's winning is over here. So we're going to dig up these bushes for the second time, the third time now, plant them in those bins, and then hope for the best, really. So we've got 1, 2, 3, they'll go in gorilla tubs, 4, 5, 6, and then another gooseberry bush at the end. So that's what we've got to do. It is going to be a nightmare as always, and then basically we're going to fill this area with the soil in this wooden box, which is not easy to get to because we've moved everything around. So yeah, it's another day, another drama, another headache. But well, I don't know what else I can do really. I need to get the soil out, and once we get to this step here, it starts declining down and there's not so much to dig out. So I'm kind of hoping that we can get all the soil there, because we're going to need a bit to landscape around the front here, so it might not be too bad. But anyway, right, so stick around and watch me dig these plants out, and then we'll go from there. So that is all the shrubs dug out. These are fruit plants actually. So we've got gooseberries, blackberries, blackcurrants, red currants, red gooseberries and green gooseberries. So they're all in these pots, cut down water butts that have just been lying in my garden for far too long. And now we're going to start pouring the soil in here, which I'm dreading, but there's not much, I haven't got much choice really in the matter, I don't think. So that's what we're going to do. We've taken quite a lot out of the hole already. So yeah, so that's what the hole's looking like now. So we've actually pulled out quite a lot, and I was trying to get the topsoil, so that's getting there. Yeah, we got a lot of work. I'm contemplating getting a mini digger in, but I'm also, I don't know, I just got nowhere to, I've got to move more, and I've got to dig out now, so I don't know. But anyway, right, let's get back on with the dig and see how we go on. It's a very sunny day today, and we are back at the garden. We didn't finish the video off yesterday because I couldn't be bothered. Finding motivation quite hard. The hole is still happening, but it's taking a long time. But today, the plan is to get this section bottomed out, and then we can start working our way back. But it is relentless, it is boring, and I kind of wish I never started, but it needs to be done. So that's what we're doing today. It's a lovely day really, but I'm not in the mood. Not in the mood at all, but we'll get it. So anyway, stick around. And that's that. We are now at the mark I wanted to be at. Tree's gone. It's a raging hot day today, but time for a beer. Well, it's another day here, and I did a day without film. Why can't you see my face? Where's the sun? Yeah, so it's another day here, and we did another day yesterday. I didn't film. I was a hangover from hell, so I just kind of plodded on. But I actually got quite a lot done. So I've got all this area here cleared up to there. So that's now like a crisp corner. And then I decided to chop this back to the 5 meters that we want. So the plan is today is to get all this lot out. So this end is kind of then done. And then the plan is then to throw a board down here and just keep dropping soil onto the board and scraping off the bottom of the board. That should make it easier. And then oddly, it doesn't feel like it's going to be too bad from there, because obviously the garden slopes up at an angle like this. So this end's always going to be higher, but this end obviously starts dropping down. And as you can see, we've got steps going down just here. So once we get to here, we should be 200 mil lower. So we're only going to be having to dig down like that far, which is like one spade spit, whatever you call it. So I'm optimistic. It's going to be a hard day again, don't get me wrong. It's not going to be an easy day. I'm not spending all day here. I'm just going to get a few hours in. I'll probably just get this corner cleared. And but yeah, we're getting there slowly but surely. I've got to sort this tank out as well. This tank is starting to smell. I've just topped it up with water out of that water butt, and the plan is to get all this soil out using post diggers. Once the soil is out, I'm then going to fill it right up with water till it's bursting, and once it's bursting, I will then basically put a sump pump in and pump it into a drain out there, an open drain out down there, and that way it will be yeah, we can get it out of the way. It just smells. So, and then I can start filling it with hardcore. The structural engineer wants graded crushed concrete in there. He's not doing that. This chamber is massive. There'll be £600-700 worth of concrete going in here, plus then what I've got to top it out with actual concrete. It's not going to happen. We've got a 6-inch slab reinforced on the top. These are rated to 20 tonne. There's no real reason to do it, so I'm not going to. And you know, this will never. I mean, once it's filled with that pile of rubble over there, and plus whatever else I can find, and then topped off with a wet slurry of concrete, it's going to be fine. So that's what we're doing. Also remember, there's going to be another 200-300 mil of concrete above it as well. So this is not going anywhere. So yeah, so that's what we're doing today. And yeah, I'm quite happy with progress. It's slow, my shoulders are hurting, my back's aching, and I probably should have got a digger in, like I always say. But yeah, it's a nice place to be. It's quiet here. So anyway, stick around, and I'll see you in a bit. So we're about an hour in, and firstly I'm leaving because I've been invited to a Sunday dinner, and I'll never turn away a Sunday dinner. The wife's away, you see, so makes sense. But the other thing is, we have found another septic tank. So it's just showing just there, and my boundary's there. So there's only going to be a foot of it on show. So I bet you the structural engineer and building control going to insist that I find the entrance and do exactly the same as I do for this one. So that's, I mean, I think that's going to add another grand to the job. That's going to add another grand to the job, and a headache, because now I've got to find the hole, which means digging up the entrance to my yard, which means my kit car will struggle to get out. It's going to be a flipping nightmare. So yeah, so that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm going to get rid of that wheelbarrow. The pile over there is growing massively and quickly. But we are nearly over that hump, and then the rest should be plain sailing. So I'm trying to be optimistic and look on the bright side of things. We've also got a massive tree starting to get out. Yeah, I'm trying to be optimistic. I'm trying to keep positive, but like, this is just bleeding money, and you know, we are, as a family, we're asset rich, but because I'm doing stuff like this, I'm not actually earning a huge amount. Other than my residual stuff, but that doesn't pay fucking £6 for concrete to be pumped, which is now going to be more like £8 because of flipping inflation, and then God knows how much. It's just ridiculous. But as soon as we're out the ground, then we are. Once we've got the concrete in, the costs kind of will slow down and be a little bit more manageable. And you know, this is all unknown. You never know until you start digging what you're going to find. So. Anyway, so that's enough moaning and whinging from me, and I will catch you tomorrow's video. I'm going to come out, I'm going to try and get a day out here tomorrow, get some digging done. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. didn't get much done today. I've dug out a lot of this and now I'm just filling it, well, basically going to flush it through with fresh rainwater, but it's pretty full of soil, so I don't know what to do. I'm tempted just to get the water out of it, throw as much hardcore in there as I can, and then just top it up with concrete. Yeah, it's not going to be pleasant, but if we just keep throwing hardcore to that corner over there, because we've got a vent pipe here, so keep throwing hardcore there and pouring it down the chute maybe, or even making a hole, and then just mix up some really wet concrete and keep pouring it in. That might work. And then we've got the other one there to deal with. So yeah, so I'm not too sure, but I've dug out all this today. It's one split down all the way through, which is quite good. So we're now coming down, so we've only got probably 5 or 6 of those, and then we're down kind of at this level, which is the low part, and then it's only one split down all the way through here, and then we're at kind of nearly there. It's so incredibly near, yet so incredibly far as well. So, but the ground's too sticky. It needs to dry off a bit. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to leave it. Speak to the structural engineer as well. See what he says. If the structural engineer says I've got to empty the tanks, then that'll be hell. Well, we're back, and I've done a lot. I've not filmed much because it is literally just digging holes all the time. So yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. But this is the hole now, and as you can see, we're at depth. We've got a little bit to scrape out the bottom here because we've got to drop by 50 mil. So I'm up to here. All this now is all the correct depth, and the ground is slowly falling away quite nicely now. And we've got some good soil. So I'm back to taking it in trailers. So I've got a few friends that are doing some gardening and want flower beds filling and stuff. So I'm obviously offering a free delivery service because the pile over here is substantial. So we've put some boards up now to protect my logs and whatnot. But yeah, the pile is pretty impressive. So yeah, it has escalated somewhat. So we've got a little bit of space left down here to go, and a bit more on top. But we are getting there. How my bees doing? There's a few coming and going. But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. So I'm averaging about 2 meters a day now, because today I'm taking it to friends. So I'll probably try and get a metre or so done. But yeah, we're not far off. We have to about here. This is the distance. So it's going to be, I mean, the end is there, 15 meters away. So about there. So we've got about 7.5 meters to go. Yeah, quite happy really. It's just a lot of work. Probably should have got diggers. Probably should have done a lot of things, to be honest. But whatever, it's a challenge. So yeah, that's where we're at. So enjoy the time lapse, which I'm going to put probably somewhere else today. But yeah.